Once you've made a project, you can add as many jobs as you like to it. A job is a small piece of a project, like a hole in a wall or replacing the tiles on a floor. We'll now look at the finer details of jobs. I've made a new project here called 313 Broadman Street that we can work on. Once you've made your project, on iPhone, you'll be taken straight into making a new job. Otherwise, you can add a job by tapping on the Add Job button. Here, you can take a photo of your job, choose one from your camera roll, both of which you can draw on. Or you can even draw an image from scratch. You can erase things too if you need to. Next, we put in some details about our job. This can be skipped and finished later, but it's important that it is done, because otherwise your job won't have a size to calculate the cost of the job from. So let's start with the name of the area. This could be the name of the room or any name that describes the general area the job is in. You can see there is a list of common areas already here to choose from. If you type something new, it will be added to the list. Next, the sub-area is the particular place in the area, like west wall, ceiling, or gutter. Next is the job width, length, height, and demolish depth. If they are relevant to the job, enter them in so the calculations for the job are accurate. Our job is going to be replacing an external wall, so we need to add a demolish depth too. Subtractive areas are used to more accurately measure your total job area. For example, our wall will have a tall window and a double door set in it that we will need to subtract. We can also add a note if we want to save the job. Once we've created the job, we can start adding materials. Here we have a Layers panel at the top and a large list of different materials at the bottom. To filter this list, we can select the category of material to show only those materials. The categories are roof, ceiling, wall, floor, ground, and provisional items. Tap the filter again to turn it off. On the left, we can also edit the details of the job we entered by tapping the Job Details button. Since we are working on a wall, we will filter by wall. We will need a frame, external lining, doors, external paint finish, internal lining, internal paint finish, windows, trimming, and corner trimmings for the ceiling. We will also add some lights from provisionals. Now we configure each layer by tapping on each. Always start at the top and work down for these because the details change for each type. Now the provisionals are different. As you can see in the electrical layer, we have a long list of provisional item categories. Some items, like the fire alarm, are standard, so you can just enter how many you want with the plus and minus buttons, and that's it. But with something like the lights fitting, you can expand it and customize it. If you need more than one type of an item, a downlight and a fluoro for example, you'll notice that when I added one, it made a copy below it to add a different one if you need. Don't forget to increase the count if you want to add it. You can also type in here if it's a large number. If you ever need to delete a layer, just tap the bin button. I've changed my mind about the extra lights. And now we'll save it. We can add more jobs. each job will be grouped by its area to make it easier to navigate. We can now tap on the job to open it up and see the breakdown. Make sure you're subscribed to be able to see the costings. It's important that you double-check the breakdown because sometimes it's possible to forget to enter a size or quantity and you'll end up with zero. You can also look closer at the job picture and edit it by tapping on it. Draw on it if you want, and then tap Next to save it. To replace the picture completely, make sure the job is selected and tap the camera button. And that's how jobs and layers are used. Give it a go. Don't be afraid to ask us some questions in the support area on our website if you don't understand something.